respectful. Joe, we're going to end it with you, your Fool's Gold Player of the Week.
Yeah, man. So I put Tyler Lockett here, and I think I went a little bit more bold than either of you guys. I mean, I get it. It's still a little bit, Geno Smith coming in. Here's the thing, man. Tyler Lockett, some reason, finishes top 15 as a wide receiver every year. But every year for the past, I want to say 3 years, it's up and down with this guy. It's 40 points one game, 5 the next. And when he goes, he goes. And when he doesn't, he doesn't. And we're going into a game where he's playing Pittsburgh. And I get it, Pittsburgh has been shredded, but I still think that there's time for their defense to get right. And I still think that their secondary is pretty decent. And he's projected 15.3 points. And the last 3 weeks, he's put up 7, 6, and 10. I don't think week 1 with out Russell Wilson is the week that he hits that 15. I'm not necessarily saying you're putting him on your bench either. It's 5 weeks. You probably don't have a better option. Obviously you're starting him. It's more of a temper your expectations. I don't think he's hitting that 15-point mark this week.
And you sum it up perfectly with the temper your expectations. Just really quick, I know Justin's got a little bit of a rebuttal there or some comment with the whoa. But temper your expectations. That's the fool's gold way. We're not saying these guys are going to completely tank. We're just saying, hey, there might be better options. Or if you got to brunt the force of starting them, then do it with something in your throat.
Well, put it this way, Gabe. In some leagues, you have 5 wide receivers. I have 5 wide receivers that are all startable, I might add, right? And if you're in that kind of a situation where, listen, some people found themselves drafting Jamar Chase in the 9th round and grabbing a steal with Kadarius Toney off the waiver wire. It happens, man. Deebo Samuel in the 10th round or the 7th round, wherever he was going. There's scenarios where guys are stacked on wide receivers, and I think if you're sitting in an option where you might be like one of my teams where you're looking at it and you're saying, man, you know what? I didn't really get hurt by these bye weeks, and I have 7 or 8 guys that I want to start. Well, I might keep locking on the bench over, I'm just saying.
Justin, what was that last rebuttal you want to get in before we close out the show? We're actually going to finish before an hour today, guys. Good news.
No, we have one more thing to discuss after this, but I'll tell you this. First of all, if the Ravens' backfield is a cop-out, Lockett only scored 5 more points than Latavius Murray in the last 3 weeks, so it's not like he's been killing it. He's been doing awful, actually. But if you watch their games, he's 2 balls away from 30 points. That's the Lockett. That's the Tyreek Light. And I'm going to go so far as to counter and say this boy goes crazy this weekend. The Pittsburgh Steelers have awful defense versus wide receivers. They've given up the 3rd most statistically. I disagree overall, but I do think you can pivot from him if you don't like to play the high risk, high reward type game. But to say he's a bust, I'm countering it. I go against it, and I'm down to book it down.
That's what I was looking for. The book it down. Well, can we get a book it down, fellas?
You mentioned that Latavius and Lockett are within 5 points of each other. Okay, we're in 5 leagues. I'm in 5 leagues. I don't know a single league where Lockett is on the bench, and I don't have a single league where Latavius is in a starting lineup. That's me. I'm in 10-man leagues, so I don't know. But I'm just saying, in my 5 leagues, Lockett is on the starting lineup for every single one, and Latavius is not. Now, you're right. 5 points separates the 2 over the last 3 weeks. It's not that big of a difference, and that's kind of my point. Is Lockett hasn't been great, but the conception around him is he's a must-start player, right? Nobody even considers it. It's not, Tony's been balling, I'm going to start him over Lockett. It's Lockett goes in my lineup. It's a set it and forget it. We don't even think about it. So I will take a book it down on that, and I will say the Yahoo projection, and listen, we talk about it, man. Lockett is one of those players where he just can catch one bomb for 70 yards and go to the house, and he can beat the projection on one match.
He's at 15.3.
So he's at 15.3. I'll say under on that for sure.
I say over easy.